Good morning. It's Sunday, September 27th. Thanks for waking up with us. I'm Risa Morris. The first thing we're going to talk about this morning, as we always do, is weather, and Albert Brun is with us. Good morning, Albert. How are you doing this morning?
Good morning, Risa. Doing well this morning and looking forward to some changes in our forecast. We're going to see lots of sunshine later this afternoon as we normally have over the last couple of days, but we do see moisture returning to our area, so that's going to give us a chance of showers, perhaps some thunderstorms, especially as we go into the first part of the week. Let's take a look real quickly at our webcam. This is looking at South Broadway. That's Highway 69 looking towards Jacksonville. We've got a temperature of 66 degrees this morning, so relatively comfortable out there. But the moisture will return as we go through the day. You'll start to see those clouds and maybe a shower later on. Let's take a look at the day planner forecast for you. We're looking at partly cloudy and mild, 70 this morning, right around that across the area. 84 degrees by noon. 89 is where we'll top out with maybe a few showers around the area. Much more on those changes coming up in just a few minutes.
Thanks, Albert. We have a bizarre story out of Lufkin this morning where a bookstore owner is behind bars accused in a kidnapping for hire plot. Police arrested Jason McLaughlin on a charge of second-degree felony criminal solicitation of aggravated kidnapping. Investigators say he hired someone to kidnap a Louisiana man so he could kill him. McLaughlin owns the Thrifty Nut bookstore in Lufkin. Police say he'll likely face more charges, and so far, no bond has been set. One of our very own hometown stars, country singer Kacey Musgraves, played a special show last night, benefiting local music and artist programs right here in East Texas. CBS 19's Andrea Martinez caught up with the superstar.
We love you, Kacey!
Food, great music, and a Grammy Award-winning artist who's from our very own backyard. And it's all for a great cause.
But it's been nice to just be back home and have this awesome cause and event to focus on. And yeah, like I said, I don't come back as much, so it was neat to do it in like a really big way.
And big it is. Kacey's hometown hang concert is benefiting children's arts and music programs in Wood County.
Probably budding designers and writers and artists, all kinds, you know, even musicians here in our town in Wood County and all over Texas, so it's great to support those too.
Kacey says she's still inspired by her East Texas roots.
Really am inspired directly by the things that I grew up around and the people and the stories, and still affects me even though, you know, I don't technically live here anymore.
That show last night was completely sold out. The Mineola mayor surprised Kacey on stage, giving her a key to the city and naming September 26th Kacey Musgraves Day. It's the Pope's final day in America, and Don Champion has the latest on this historic trip from Philadelphia.
It was a star-studded affair at the World Meeting of Families Festival in Philadelphia Saturday night. Mark Wahlberg hosted the event that included comedian Jim Gaffigan and the singing of Aretha Franklin. But the biggest star of all was Pope Francis. Francis ditched most of his prepared remarks and spoke passionately about the need for families in today's society.
God give me the strength to move forward. Let us look after the family. Let's protect the family, because it's in the family that our future is at play.
But the Pope did acknowledge he doesn't have a family of his own to have to deal with, and he shied away from some of the more sensitive topics.
I won't speak about mother-in-laws.
Earlier in the day, Pope Francis went to Independence Hall, where the colonials declared independence from Britain and said the freedom declared in 1776 still attracts people to America this day. Pope Francis will wrap up his trip to America and the World Meeting of Families with a huge open-air mass today. About 1 million people are expected to attend. Don Champion, CBS News, Philadelphia.
Still ahead, shelter dogs being trained as service dogs for the men and women who have served our country. That's coming up. Plus, people in Gladewater coming together to raise money for child burn victims. That's also still ahead. You're watching CBS 19 Sunday morning. You've probably seen stories about military dogs that are trained to come to the rescue of servicemen and women in the field. But animals are also coming to the aid of our nation's veterans at home. WWL's Meg Faris shows us how dogs are making a big difference in the lives of veterans in New Orleans.
Sergeant Robert Wright served overseas in the U.S. Army. Private Jerry Lambert did as well. Both veterans came home with battle wounds of the brain.
Basically, a lot of the flashbacks, and the nightmares.
Jerry has been in mental health treatment for a while. Then a doctor recommended a service dog. Sam changed his life.
I'm more happy. I'm more out of bed. I'm doing more stuff. I'm going out in public more where I was scared to even go into Walmart because I'd have a panic attack.
Robert says Penny saved his life twice, once when he was being robbed and another when he was unresponsive.
She has this uncanny ability to tell when you're not doing good or when you get sick. She knows how to go and get someone and bring back.
It's all part of a program Bill Barse of Doggone Express started to save homeless dogs in shelters, have them trained in prisons to be service dogs, then given to people in need free. But today is the kickoff of the new Companions for Life Training Academy at the Jefferson East Bank Animal Shelter. Veterans and their companion dogs or service dogs or newly adopted dogs will get special free service dog training.
Kind of completes our mission statement of saving paws and saving souls.
One of the things Sam is trained to do is block and guard Jerry when a stranger approaches so Jerry will feel safe. And that's exactly what he did.
And I just wish that many other veterans could be acquainted with a service dog. They help you so much.
Meg Farris, Eyewitness News, Medical Watch.
And locally, the second annual East Texas Burn Run was held in Gladewater yesterday. More than 600 people came out to help raise money for child burn victims and their families. All the money raised will be donated to Camp I'm Still Me in Scottsville, which specializes in helping kids who have suffered burn injuries.
All too often we see people that have experienced, been burned or lost all their possessions in a house fire. And this is just a way that we can give back.
Both the Longview and Tyler chapters of Brothers Keepers Motorcycle Club sponsored the event. Last year, the group raised $62,000 for burn victims. The rush to get last-minute Austin City Limits Music Festival tickets turned a little dangerous. That story is still ahead. And we're going to take a look outside our CBS 19 studios here in Tyler. Looks like a beautiful morning already, but we may see some rain later tonight. Albert has your full forecast right after the break.
Maybe we can stay just under 90. So.
Maybe that rain will bring some of that fall temperature. I was out on the lake yesterday and it was beautiful, but it was still hot.
I know, it's still pretty hot during the afternoon. But
near the end of September. Maybe October is our best bet.
It is. It's going to change.
Let's all hope so. Thanks,
okay.
Albert.
You bet.
Austin City Limits sold its final round of tickets for the weekend for students and people in the military. Things got a little out of control. KVU's Jenny Lee spoke with some students caught in the middle of a stampede.
Before students made their way to tables to buy ACL passes at 10 a.m. Saturday, they camped out and waited for hours, some since midnight. It was so crowded, Ralph Tho tweeted out video with the caption, "Students sail for #ACLFest," a.k.a. one security guard versus 300 students. Jackson Vanderslice tweeted, "The most miserable, longest event of my life has been completed."
It was insane.
20-year-old Brian Dow waited 10 hours to buy his tickets.
All of a sudden, one person pushes the fence open, and then everyone just piles in. All the fences fall over. People are getting trampled. It's ridiculous.
Students say the event was not organized and that there weren't enough security guards. Gates were set to open at 5 a.m., but students say there were at least 2 stampedes, one at 3 a.m. and the other at 3:30 in the morning. Ashley Keithley says she was run over and couldn't get up for 5 minutes.
I was screaming and no one would get off. So I was like, is my foot gonna break? Snap in half. At least 20 people stepped over me. And then one guy was just standing on top of me and he wouldn't get off until I shoved him off. There was 3 other people underneath me, stuck underneath the fence who did not get up.
Despite that, many say they would do it all over again.
All the rows got knocked over, pushing and hitting, and it was worth it though.
This group of McNeil High School students disagree.
It's the same price as the early bird, so might as well get the early bird.
For this year, though, these college and high school students and others have quite the story to tell before the ACL Fest starts next weekend. Jenny Lee, KVU News.
Austin Travis County EMS paramedics took 2 teenagers to the hospital from that stampede with just minor injuries. A California couple caring for nearly 100 pigs. Well, why are they doing that? That's still coming up. But first, Jeff Schaefer has your morning sports. Hey, Jeff.
We have plenty of college football to get to from yesterday, but also had a big-time matchup on the high school gridiron. Gilmer and Carthage facing off out in Longview. We'll see if the Buckeyes or the Dogs could come out on top.
Thanks, Jeff. They say they never intended it to happen, but a California couple, Martin and Nancy Kuntz, well, they've become the Pied Pipers of pigs. They've rescued nearly 100 hogs whose original owners couldn't or wouldn't take care of them. So what does it take to care for so many porkers? Jeff Zevoli paid a visit to Grazing Pig Acres.
Old MacDonald had a farm. Well, hello, we're in Ramona and it's snack time. I have a big bucket filled with carrots, and guess what? It's time to pig out. Nancy Kuntz and her husband Martin are the proud owners of 95 pot-bellied pigs no one else wanted.
We got another pig, and then another pig, and another pig.
Grazing Pig Acres is the type of nonprofit pig rescue where everybody knows your name. You know every pig's name.
Oh, of course.
Point them out to me.
This is Patsy Swine. She was one of the babies born from the '07 wildfires. That's Mia Hamm. She's one of the ones that we got pregnant from.
Mia Hamm.
Mia Hamm. We have some very famous. We have Kevin Bacon here. We have Toby Keith. We have Homer Simpson and Heidi Klum.
I think I want to meet Kevin Bacon.
Okay.
I've always wanted to meet Kevin Bacon.
I know. Who hasn't, right?
Hog Heaven comes with its own saloon, general store, and wedding chapel, which is symbolic because Nancy never dreamed she'd be making a lifelong commitment to pigs. That feels like a porcupine.
Yeah.
I'm sure you've heard similar stories. The bigger the hearts, the smaller the bank balances. This operation is gobbling up $3,600 a month.
Oh, we always need volunteers. Yeah, it's a lot of work because my husband and I work outside the home as well.
Are we at a breaking point here?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, especially my back. Come on, Scooter.
Nancy is a nurse, so after taking care of patients all day, she comes home to take care of pigs. Be like more, humans or pigs?
That's a loaded question.
I know, so I asked it.
And it depends who you're talking about.
Donations are desperately needed, so if you'd like to put a pig in a blanket, that'd make Nancy happy as a hog.
It's my cross I bear.
And at the end of the day, when it's time to get the pigs back into their enclosures, they are bribed with animal cookies. Do you want one of these? There you go. So really, they're no different than children. And I think I just ate a pig. Shh, back to you in the studio.
What a funny story. Well, good for those people raising hundreds of pigs that nobody wants. Before we go, Albert has one more look at your Sunday forecast. That's right after the break. Plus, this man is still marching with his college's band 43 years later. Why? That's still ahead. You're watching CBS 19 Sunday Morning. Welcome back. It's been warm and it's going to stay warm, but we may see some rain chances today, right, Albert?
That's right. Later on this evening, we may see a chance of rain. Notice that 20% chance around 8 o'clock tonight. And then it could be earlier than that. Again, a few showers here and there as moisture does return. But then for the next 7 days, we're looking at better chances of rain on Monday and Tuesday, and then sunny and warm for the end of the week. So
well, that looks nice. A little rain to cool us down a little bit. A lot of the farmers, I'm sure people out there working the
really need that
fields.
rain.
Yes,
yeah.
Definitely. Being in a college marching band can be the most fun 4 years of your life, but look at this guy. He shows you it doesn't have to be just 4 years. 43 years after his college graduation, John Lee is still playing the saxophone in his college marching band. He says he has no plans to stop. Albert, he says as long as he feels good, he'll keep playing. Also, as long as the coaches and the directors and everyone keep inviting him back.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, his daughter was sitting behind him, and she was not happy to have him in the band. Thanks for watching CBS 19 Sunday Morning. Be sure to stick around for CBS News Sunday morning at 8.